lot of people think there's this big machine behind these movies. It's actually this very intimate process.
I'm going to show you how to draw Olaf.
Captain Hook.
Kuzco from The Emperor's New Groove.
Simba.
Mirabelle from Encanto.
We are going to learn how to draw the genie.
Since I was young, I just drew all the time.
Every little kid draws. We're kind of the ones that just never stopped.
I really like starting with the eyes.
It's been said, that the eyes are the window to the soul.
It doesn't have to be perfect the first time. Okay, I didn't do it right, so I'm gonna erase.
I live by my eraser.
My biggest supporter was my mom. She's my guardian angel. My work celebrates her.
My dream was to become an artist, but I was colorblind. Animation, black pencil, white paper, that I could do.
When you're approaching animation, you're not just making drawings.
The characters come to life.
You don't have to be the best. You are who you are, and that is more than the best.
And you can do anything that you want to do.
Lots of artists have said, you've got 15,000 bad drawings in you, and the sooner you get them out, the better.
Streaming only on Disney+.
Boom, there you go. That was the trailer for Disney Plus's Sketchbook. We're getting 6 amazing episodes talking about all of some of the amazing animators, creators over at Disney Plus. And right now, as you see on the screen, I have a special guest, Gabby Capili. Yo, it's a pleasure to meet you. Shout out to you being involved with this. I feel like I know you a little bit because, as I told you right before we got started, I've been doing my homework. And to see that you're Filipino and that you're an animator and just your energy, your vibe is just life. If y'all don't know, she got an amazing YouTube. Go check her out. You're going to want to subscribe. Memoir Comics, dope. But Gabby, it's a pleasure to talk to you right now. How are you?
Thanks for having me, Kuya P. I'm excited too. It's nice to meet you.
Pleasure. So you were the perfect, to me, now that I kind of like got some background on you, the perfect person to be involved with Sketchbook. To speak on your life and then representing art and then how we as creators create. Tell me how that experience was when they asked you to be a part of this.
Oh, great question. I tell people that I thought it was a spam email for sure. I thought for sure because I had just been at the studio about a year, and I know that there's like Gene Kim and Mark Ken and these everybody who's on Sketchbook with me is like an incredible artist. So it wasn't imposter syndrome. It was just like, are you sure? Like okay, I'm gonna trust you because if you're picking me, I believe you. But also like, you sure? But yeah, so I was asked to do it. Of course, I agreed to do. You can't pass it up. But I had no idea what I was signing up for at all. So I showed up on set, and it was like lights, camera, action, hair, makeup, the whole thing. I was down to ride for the whole time, but everything was a surprise. It's been a really fun ride. It's been really cool. I'm glad I didn't know as much as I know now because I would have been nervous. And if I didn't know anything, I was not nervous.
Oh, that's so sweet. So cute. I love it. But you're amazing. Like your energy. So I can't wait to watch the episode because I'm sure you bring it. Emperor's New Groove, you're drawing Kuzco within this Sketchbook episode. Tell me what that was like. So from what I understand, reading the Bible, that was the first Disney film you saw in the theater?
Yes, it was. My dad pulled me out of school. I have a very strict Filipino dad who wanted me to be like super academic, really smart. And like, I was smart. I was a smart kid, but he wanted me to be like, doctor or lawyer. You get it.
I know it well.
You get it. So he pulled me out of school for my birthday to go watch The Emperor's New Groove. And that was a big deal. Like, my dad doesn't like animation. He used to bring all my cousins and me. We go to the theater, all my Filipino cousins, and he would go to the back and like fall asleep, take a nap while the kids watch the movie. So him bringing me was like really special, made a really big impact on me. So I felt very honored to be allowed to draw Kuzco for Sketchbook because he's just a character that I really vibed with growing up too. He's funny and like kind of a bad guy at the beginning, not a bad guy, but a selfish guy. And by the end, he's a really cool person who like made a really valuable friendship that changes who he is. Love him.
I love that. I love it. So full circle moment happening there. I'm curious on a filmmaking standpoint. So you're drawing the character and they're filming you doing that. I know as an artist, it probably isn't going to take you that long to draw it. So how long of a production day was that? Like you got to just like stop with like that was crazy, I'm sure.
I drew so many Cuscos. I drew like so many Cuscos. And then also they would take them to put in the archives. And sometimes I draw a bad one and I'd be like, no, don't film this one. Like this one looks awful. And then they would be like, we have to take it and put it in the archive. And I'd be like, oh no, someone's gonna see that later. It's gonna be so embarrassing. But it was a whole day. It was like 8 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock at night. They filmed a lot of stuff. I feel like they did a really good job making what I said concise and like making it make sense, where I feel like I like moved around a lot. So I'm very excited about like how it turned out. It makes me sound very like I know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it was a whole day. I drew a lot of Cuscos. They actually went with my very first one though that I did. So that's pretty fun. It's like I drew a ton of them and then the final shot is like the very first one I drew. Pretty cool.
I love it. So again, as I said earlier, I love your personality. I'm sure people are feeling that vibe right now from you. You're gonna become even more famous when people see this episode, homie. And I love it for you. Just because you're soul and just how you are as an API LGBT community, and you speak on it again. I'm gonna shout out your YouTubes because I love what you say in there. And they're gonna see that when they watch Sketchbook, y'all, when it's on Disney Plus. What do you want to say to that community that is now with this even bigger platform with Disney Plus showing kind of what you do on YouTube with Sketchbook? What do you want to say to those young artists that are out there and with your work?
Oh man, just what I wish somebody would have. I wish I would have seen somebody who was like me when I was a kid and I was like me. So to the kids who are like me, because I was like super tomboy, very gay and didn't know I was gay, Catholic Filipino, very like, I don't know what any of these feelings mean. And then brown, like, okay, you can do anything that you want to do. You can be anyone that you want to be, and how you are is right. How you are, if it feels good to you, that's the right way to be. Just do that. And one day you're going to find the people who feel that from you and who want you to be that. And just like every time you find those people who make you feel good, keep those people around you. Do everything that you can to keep those people around you. And if you don't have any of those people around you right now, don't worry. It doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong. It's just wait a little bit longer. They're just around the corner. You'll be okay. That's what I wish somebody would have told me.
I love that. I love that. Yo, I have so many questions, but I'm going to see if I can't link that up and get you on one of my other Filipino podcasts that's on the channel. So I'm going to reserve that for later. Well, I'm going to have to holler at you. So another question I have in regards to Sketchbook. So you're featured on this. There's a bunch of other amazing creatives that are on here. Have you seen any of them? And did you all kind of like correspond with as this was going and being put together?
Okay, as it was going on, I had met Eric Goldberg in the hallway. I still called him Mr. Goldberg because he's like a legend. I was like scared, he actually told me, he was like, just call me Eric, we're co-workers now. I was like, I cannot, Mr. Goldberg, there's no way. But Mark Hen's in it. I met everybody because we filmed during the pandemic. Had to like take a bunch of swab tests and everything, make sure I was COVID free before we came in. So I didn't get to meet the other artists until the beginning of the month when we did press together. That was really fun and really cool because we'd all been through something that we could relate to together. So meeting like these artists that I super look up to, and was like, Jin Kim worked on Emperor's New Groove, so he was an animator for Kuzco. So and then everybody else like animated my childhood is what Mark Hen says that people tell him is these are the people who made me want to work at Disney. So it was amazing. The only person that I talked to at the time of filming was Sam, who had been Sam Vilfort, who'd been on the same production as me. We just corresponded about outfits. Sam like loves fashion. It was like, here's what I'm wearing. What are you wearing? But that's it. That's the extent of it.
That's awesome, Gabby. Well, it's so fun to meet you again. I've been, binging all of you on YouTube today, and just I can't wait to see this episode and the rest of Sketchbook along with the world, and see how this inspires and educates and entertains the next generation of artists. Because we should always be creating, and we should always just keep pushing it. And now you being a representative in this, I'm so here for it. I'm gonna shout it out from the rooftops. I love this, Gabby. What can we maybe also throw? I'm gonna put it in the description, and like I said, Memoir Comics, y'all. Any handles or how can people can holler at you, and if they have any questions with what you do?
I'm Memoir Comics everywhere. That's a name I made up when I was like 13 years old. That's always me. Wherever you see it, that's me.
Definitely. Yo, y'all follow her because I'm gonna be doing it and I'm gonna reach out because I want to have you on my show pal show representing Filipinos and art and creating. But y'all, Disney Sketchbook is gonna be on Disney Plus April 27th. Tune in, show Gabby some love, show all the artists some love. I love this. I'm so inspired and I'm ready to put pen and pad and get creating. This is so much fun.
Thanks, Kuya P. Thank you.
Definitely. Y'all, Gabby Capili, Kuya P, Nerds Rule the World. We're out of here. There we go. Yo, this was awesome. Everybody, to meet you.
Hi, Kuya P. It's nice to meet you too.
Definitely. Yo, I've been just doing my homework all this time before we started. I love you, your vibe, your soul, your energy. I feel you. And I'm saying that with my whole chest.
Thank you. Thanks, Kuya. I appreciate it.
No worries.